Today, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to be ranking every single COD Zombies game. Now, this will include 9 different Call of Duty games. I'm going to be ranking them in order of which ones I find least enjoyable to most enjoyable. For the most part, this is going to be a more surface level video. Lowlights, highlights, just some neat things I like, some things I don't like, as a general basis around the game and the zombies in it. If you guys want me to give you a deep dive into one of these games and actually go through, and I mean just explore the deepest caverns of these games, then let me know down below, and I can do a deep dive into any of these games you'd like to see. But for now, we're gonna keep it pretty surface level. There's kind of a lot, and I don't want to make this video super long. We will be discussing zombies way back from World at War all the way to the likes of even that of Vanguard. I was super excited to make this video, and I actually had a lot of fun recording this and making this video. So if you guys do enjoy this video, make sure you drop a like and leave a comment down below and let me know what your favorite COD Zombies game is and why. I would love to hear your guys' opinions on it. Coming in dead last, the very bottom of the barrel for these zombie games is gonna have to go to the one and only Vanguard Zombies. Yay! Now, this really isn't even a rank. I'm not gonna give it a number. It's last. Really it's TBR, to be ranked. I just want to get it out of the way. For starters, because 1, I have never played it, okay? I have never played it. Shame on me, a zombies YouTuber who hasn't played all the zombies, I know. And 2, I've never even seen anything about it. But I have talked to some people I trust, I have talked to some friends, I have did my research now. That was before. But now I understand what I am missing. And that's not much. Man. Vanguard, kind of an L. It is cool that they have the Shinonuma remake. If you know me, you know I'm a fan of Shinonuma, so that is neat. But it seems to be the consensus that Vanguard fell flat in a lot of reasons. Map design, a lot of people are feeling a lot of copy and paste. The story, lackluster. I mean, hey, I don't know anything about the story, so I can't speak on it. And just multiple other things. I don't want to get into it, especially because I don't know all about it. But yeah, I'm not ranking it. It's coming in dead last. So let's get that out of the way. Coming in at number 9 on this list is going to go to the one and only Exo Zombies from Advanced Warfare, man. I know a lot of you guys are missing Advanced Warfare Zombies now, and just hearing me say it brings back wonderful memories that you cherish for the rest of your life. However, I don't feel the same. I do not have any fun memories on Advanced Warfare Zombies, and I never have, and I probably never will. Now, this was Sledgehammer's first actual attempt at zombies. This came out right before Black Ops 3 and after Black Ops 2, so I imagine with the success of Black Ops 2 Zombies and Black Ops 1, they were like, okay, you know what, let us get a crack at it. Let us dip our toes in the water, and I mean, I wish they didn't. I wish they didn't personally, okay? Now, I never played all the DLC maps or anything like that. I've only ever played the original map. So again, I have very little room to talk. However, I can tell you some things that are pretty cool, maybe, and I can tell you some things that are pretty mid, for sure. For starters, I don't hate the 3D printer. I think that's kind of just neat. Just a neat little take on the box. That's cool. With Advanced Warfare being very EXO related, the movement is unique and it is kind of hard getting back into and getting used to. However, I do think it's cool. I don't necessarily like that the zombies kind of have it too, but it's whatever. Not a whole lot of positive things to say about it. There's really just not a lot I want to talk about. I just don't want to sit here and talk about Advanced Warfare. But I will say the off-brand drops and the off-brand names for everything just kind of feels too wacky. It kind of feels too wacky and too just kind of like, that's a horrible name, and maybe that's just me, and that's okay, but I'm not messing with it. A DNA bomb's cool, but other than that, I'm not really vibing with it. You gotta have the decontamination stuff. I get it, okay? I understand what they were going for, right? It's just not for me. It's just not for me. The pack-a-punch, dude. You can pack-a-punch a gun 20 times or something like that, and it can be a low round. I had the cauterizer or whatever it's called, the wonder weapon, and I used it for a long time. And I wasn't even on like 20, and it was pack-a-punch like 7 or 8 times, and it sucked, okay? So that's annoying. All in all, I think Advanced Warfare Zombies really missed the mark. It just wasn't Black Ops Zombies, and that was the problem. That was the problem. It came at a time when people wanted Black Ops Zombies. We got Advanced Warfare Zombies, and we were like, holy mid, get it out of here. But yeah, Advanced Warfare Zombies, number 9. Sorry if you're a fan. Number 8. World War II Zombies. This game released in 2017, and this was again by Sledgehammer Games. This was yet again another attempt at making a banging zombies game mode that can hang in there with the likes of a Treyarch one. And let me just say, I think World War II is actually pretty fun. The more of the Final Reich that I played, the more I just found myself really wanting to play it more and maybe even try the other maps. Now, World War II isn't something I really played when it came out, and it's not something I play to this day, and that is why I only have the Final Reich. Never spent the money on the DLC, and it's just kind of expensive to buy it all, so I haven't because I never really cared for it up until really recently. I really kind of like the loadout system and the special abilities. A lot of the weapons are really cool. I do really like the jack-in-the-boxes, kind of as the monkeys. Those are really nice. And I love how it gives you a pretty straightforward guide on how to get things done in the game. All the objectives you need to do. That is also pretty nice. Now, I don't really like all the special zombies. The dudes with the bombs on their back, they're kind of whatever. The big guys with the clubs, I mean, they're kind of whatever. Again, it's just a lot. And then you have like the Panzer dudes, which are really annoying. And then you have the like dog round-esque zombies that are just really fast. So you get a good mixed bag. You get a variety. However, I'm just not big on that, man. I don't need all that. I really don't. I can do without it. I think this game also kind of sticks out a little bit to me because it is very World War II. It is World War II themed. It is World War II weapons. It is World War II in itself. And I do really like that. The weapons are always cool in that time period. You're straight up in what looks like Germany. Everything has like very, very crazy names. And I'm for it, man. I like it. All in all, it's not horrible. I don't have a whole lot to say because I've only played the first map, but I like it. There's some stuff I don't like about it. It's not bad. It's not great. And yeah, I hope to maybe try it a little bit more in the future. WWII Zombies. Really, the start of it all. It was such a weird surprise after the campaign when you unlocked the Zombies mode in World at War. It was such a nice surprise getting zombies for World at War, and it was something very new and pretty exciting. And what it snowballed and turned into is just absolutely insane. One of the best game modes in a game of all time. World at War was really the start of it all, introducing Noct, very bare bones, very basic. It was just the beginning. I imagine they were just testing it out, like, well, you know what, let's see. You know, we put some time into it, let's see. So they didn't do anything crazy, and they didn't have to because the atmosphere, the vibes, it was amazing, and it was fun and exciting. They later released the DLC maps with Verrückt, Shino Numa, Doris. So many iconic, classic, fun zombie maps that have been remade countless times and have just been great. They're always great fun. And even going back and playing World at War, it is still fun. The OG weapons, just the nostalgia of it. I hate to bring nostalgia up, but there really is something about World at War Zombies. Although, it isn't the most functional of all the zombie games, of course, and it is old, so that makes sense. However, I think what it started is just too massive to ignore. Everything aside, it was huge. It was the introduction to zombies as we know it. It was great, and it holds a warm place in mine and many others' hearts, but I'm not going to rank it any higher because playing it now, it's kind of just like, you know, I'd rather play a lot. But you can't ignore what it did and what it has done and what it has turned into. And yeah, it's dope. Number 6, Black Ops 4. Now, we're getting into the stuff I can really start to talk about as I have a lot more experience and the rest of these games on this list. And Black Ops 4 is one of those games. Now, I've had Black Ops 4 since launch. I've played Black Ops 4 on and off throughout the entire time. I've played the DLC, I've played the maps. I know a pretty good bit. In my opinion, Black Ops 4 is very overhated. I think there is a lot of good things about it that get overlooked because people love to compare so often. People can't get past the comparison phase. If you just look at it objectively and look at what it has to offer, the maps, everything from start to finish, it's really neat. It's really good, and there's a lot of things I actually really like. Now, don't get me wrong, there's things that I don't like in Black Ops 4. There's things I don't like in every Zombies game, right? But I think the amount of hate it gets is very unnecessary. You have these really big, innovative maps. They are well put together, very unique with things like Dead of the Night, and something that doesn't get a lot of love, Voyage of Despair, which I'll admit is kind of bad, but again, very different concept, very nice. They try a lot of new things in Black Ops 4, and even some of the things that aren't new, they kind of take from Black Ops 3 and rework and change. I don't entirely hate. The Gobblegums, for instance, a lot of people hate that there's no Gobblegums, and now they're elixirs and talismans, and I don't have any problems with that. I don't see that is an issue like some people do. I'm okay with that. They remade some classic maps with the Blood of the Dead, kind of a mob remake-esque. Then you have Tag Dur and Toten, which is a remake of Call of the Dead. You have Classified, which is a remake of 5. And then you have Alpha Omega, which is a remake of Nuketown. And again, not all of these are great, but they are pretty cool, and they are cool takes on the original map. There's a lot of fun to be had when you play Black Ops 4, from the maps, the weapons, the bosses, and you even have the things like the Gauntlet. The Gauntlet is super cool. You can go through and play with modifiers, challenges, change the difficulty, all sorts of things on various maps, and I think that's super cool, and that's super underrated. People just so much tend to compare, and that's what a lot of this is going to be, you know, based on people comparing. And I'm looking at these without that, as if this is the only one. And Black Ops 4 is fine. It is fine, and I really do enjoy it. Now, in Tag, do I like the stupid little thunder gun? No, I don't. I do not like the remade little thunder gun that they have. Do I like Alpha Omega? No. Do I like the Mark IIs? No. Do I like Voyage of Despair? Not really. Okay, so you know, and then there's other little gripes I have within the maps themselves, but you guys get the point. Black Ops 4, I think it's really cool. It seems low on this list, but that just goes to show how many good zombie games there really are. Number 5, Black Ops 1 Zombies. Now, before you guys all go to the comments and tell me how wrong I am, I just want to let you know, number 5 is not a bad spot. These games are all good to some degree, and I was really debating on putting it at 6. I almost put Black Ops 4 ahead of this, but I stopped myself, okay? I did. When you look at Black Ops 1, you look at the maps. I think that is the main thing. You look at the maps, and the maps are great. Kino, amazing. The DLC maps, great. They are all very iconic, very good maps, and the story is great. The reason Black Ops 1 is so low is I think it's the replayability. I think it is just suffering a fate that a lot of games follow. It just happens, man. It's old. It's old. Black Ops 1 is getting old, and when I load up Black Ops 1 and I play it, it's just, I'm just not into it like I would be something like a Black Ops 3, for example. You know, like the feel of it just isn't there. I know maybe nostalgia may have people thinking otherwise, but when it comes to playing these maps, I would rather play them on really any of the remasters or remakes that they have made throughout the time. And I feel like if I sit back and I say, okay, well, the one thing that I really like is the maps, but that's about it, I feel like I can't put it much higher. I can understand what it did and what it has done and what it started, but when it comes to actually playing it and having a good time and like features, there's just so much it's lacking. There's just so much it's lacking compared to these other ones, and that's where I stand. Another big gripe I have with Black Ops 1 is the weapons. I really hate the Black Ops 1 weapons. I was never that much of a fan of Black Ops 1 growing up. It was just not a game I really played. I was always playing the older Call of Duties that I enjoyed more. So I kind of skipped over Black Ops 1 and had to go back and play it after the fact. And the weapons really almost ruined it for me. I'm not a big fan of the weapons. There are a couple of cool weapons, but other than that, I really don't like using any of them. If I don't have a wonder weapon on the zombies maps, I don't really enjoy it. Okay, I just don't. Black Ops 1 really helped pivot zombies up to what it is now, and I really think it helped make what we have today what it is. And now I know a lot of you may think that's not a good thing, but what it has been as well. But yeah, man, Black Ops 4, Black Ops 1 at 5, I think that's a safe spot, right in the middle. I don't necessarily hate it. Do I have as much fun playing it as others? No. Do I love it? No. Nostalgia aside, I don't love it. I do like it, but I don't love it. So it is going to be number 5. 4, Infinite Warfare Zombies. Infinite Warfare Zombies was a culmination of a lot of different studios, and I think for it to be a non-traditional Treyarch Zombies, it was pretty perfect. Infinite Warfare was very vibrant, very colorful maps. The atmosphere was amazing in them, although all the maps weren't great. The ones that were really good. Just super vibey, super fun, super unique. You go from zombies in Spaceland, the arcade, alien-esque, alligator traps, all these cool things. Flip it over to Attack of the Radioactive Thing. It's like you're on a movie. Starts off in black and white. Really cool version of like the Civil Protector. And really so much more. The soundtrack for these maps are really good. That is not something that I feel like gets talked about enough, because these soundtracks are important to some degree. And I think Infinite Warfare has some killer soundtracks. It really kills the movie vibe. They're all, you know, good themed. They're well themed, well put together in the form of like movies. I love that. I think it's dope. And the game is really cartoonish, and I'm not saying that to shade it or anything like that. I think that really fits it well, because they're fun. They're like movies. Again, the cartoonish feeling is great. There's a lot of cool things between the weapons. Now, the map design on some of them, again, there's some stuff I don't like, right? The Beast from Beyond, I really don't care for. And Shaolin Shuffle, although it is very neat, I don't find myself ever replaying it. But maps like Raven the Redwoods, on the other hand, Zombies in Spaceland, and Attack of the Radioactive Thing, I do find myself playing more than others, and they're really fun. All in all, outside of Cold War, I do think Infinite Warfare is one of the more underrated ones. I feel like it doesn't get enough love as it should, but that's what I'm here for today, so I think it belongs in the number 4 spot. Now, although they are unique, that doesn't mean I think they're great. Again, Shaolin Shuffle, very unique, very cool, but I don't like the map design, and I don't necessarily like the map, and that's why I don't really replay it a lot. Same thing for Beast from Beyond. The alien-esque skags from Borderland looking things, I don't really care for. I don't like having to do a bunch of stuff to get zombies to spawn. I want to rep it, I don't really care for. And the story in some of these are good, and the Easter eggs in some of these are good, and they are challenging, for me anyways. But all in all, super underrated, super dope. Infinite Warfare 4. Cold War Zombies. I know a lot of you may think I might not put a lot of thought into my videos, but I'm here to tell you that I do. I really do, and this took me so much deciding, and I've played a lot of zombies. I've played a lot of Cold War. I've played a lot of Black Ops 2, but Cold War Zombies. This might be the most underrated zombies as a whole. It is one of the most fun zombies experiences I have had personally in my life. I believe it to be the most replayable zombies out of them all. And yes, even more than Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 2. And that's coming from a guy who has a lot of time in Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 2. Everything in Cold War Zombies is useful, from the equipment to the weapons to the abilities, all of it. This is a quality of life factor that I think is amazing. They made a zombies game where you could use anything, how you can play any way you want. You want to use a pistol for a high round? You really can. You want to use a shotty, an AR, anything outside of a winter weapon, you can do it. It's viable. They have now made that an option. In a lot of other Call of Duties, after round 30, 40, if you don't have a winter weapon, you're basically screwed, right? And I mean, that's fine, I get it. But in Cold War, you can use anything on a high round. With the addition to rarities, you have attachments and things like Ring of Fire, Healing Aura, all those things. All that put together helps make the game really replayable. There's so many different ways you can go about it. And not just those, the wonder weapons in this game are amazing. The DIE Shockwave, or one of its elemental alternatives you can get. You have the Ray K, you have the normal ray gun, you have the little Cerberus and all of its little changing forms from Mauer, and you have the Chrysalax. There's just so many cool, unique wonder weapons on top of the already very useful normal weapons. Camos. Grinding for camos in Cold War is so fun. They have the Mastery camo. They have all sorts of different challenges you can do to get these camos for all the weapons, and there's a cool Mastery camo to grind for. I think that alone makes it super replayable, where if you like grinding, you will do that over and over and over. Now, I never got the Mastery camo just because I'm a terrible grinder, but when I want to grind, and when I did want to, I could hop on Cold War and play maps and use any gun and have a good time. And part of that is being able to use all these different things. If I want to use a dual wield pistol, get it gold, triple pack-a-punch it, which is another unique thing that I haven't even mentioned, I can do all of that. C4s, grenade launchers, all of it. It is so fun. You obviously have the ranks system where you can prestige, you can get higher rank, just something else to grind for. Calling cards, mastery calling cards, seasonal calling cards. It is so fun. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some things I don't like about it. I do think some of the map designs aren't that great. I don't like in Forsaken the very up and down linear ways to go. There's the zip lines, there's stairs, there's teleporters. I think that's a little much. Although I do love Forsaken, I do think the map design could be better. Firebase Z, I have my gripes with that too. I don't really like Orda, although it is cool. I do find Orda rather annoying, and you can say skill issue all you want, but when you get high in the rounds, he just gets a little annoying, man, and I think that's fair. Obviously, there's other things I can go into. This is a topic I could talk about for a long time. If you guys want to see me do a deep dive into Cold War, let me know down below, because it is definitely the most underrated zombies. And I forgot to mention Outbreak. It introduced Outbreak, which is an alternative zombies game mode open world, and that is so fun to hop into and play with your friends. It is so unique, huge open areas, challenges. It is so cool. I know it might not be everyone's cup of tea, and that's fine. Not everyone's gonna like it. But as something on top of round-based, I think that's awesome. I think that's amazing. And hopping out there with friends, grinding, just chilling, killing zombies and not having to worry about sweating, training, doing all this stuff, just having a good time is perfect for it. A lot of people haven't actually played enough Cold War to give good opinions on it. I know people in my life that haven't even ever played it, and they refuse to play it, and it's automatically not a good zombies game. And I don't know why. High rounds on Cold War are fun. Low rounds on Cold War are fun. I know the story isn't as exciting as Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, and some of the other ones, but still, it has a story. All in all, I'm putting Cold War here. It's great. I could go on and on and on. I'm gonna stop myself, but yeah, Cold War Zombies is one of my favorites. Black Ops 2 Zombies. Now, before I sit here and tell you guys why I like Black Ops 2 Zombies, because I'm sure all of you probably know the reasons why, much like everyone else, I want to talk about some things first. For starters, people who like Black Ops 2 Zombies, people who only like Black Ops 2 Zombies, and not even just that, people who think it is the best zombies. I am not telling people what is right and what is wrong. I am stating my opinion. I think the problem I have with it isn't anything to do with really the game as much as it is the people around it. People nowadays are unable to take the rose-tinted shades off and peep through the nostalgia goggles for a minute. Though, very influential, very amazing, very fun, story-driven, so many pluses to Black Ops 2 Zombies, people still find a hard time to get out of that tunnel vision. It's like the people who die on this hill that Black Ops 2 Zombies is the best refuse to accept change. I'm trying to word this the best way I can, as easy as possible. This is something I could sit here and talk about for an hour. Majority of people that I have met or that I know in person love Black Ops 2 Zombies, of course. Then I ask them, okay, well, what do you feel about Cold War Zombies? And the default is two things. It's not real zombies, or I'm not playing that garbage. That's really all I've ever heard. People are too quick to compare everything with one another. And I've said that a lot, I know. I keep hammering the same point, but it really hits with Black Ops 2. They always compare it to everything else, and they don't expand what they know. They don't take the new zombies for what it is. And that's the issue I have. It's okay to say Black Ops 2 is your favorite and it's the best, but I find it a little concerning when they're like really hating on something like Cold War or Infinite Warfare, that are some of the most fun zombies as a whole. A lot of people will throw the word objectively out a lot. They'll be like, well, objectively, and oh, hold on. You're kind of losing me here, because I know when someone says objectively, they're about to tell me their opinion. They're not about to tell me something objective. They're going to tell me what they actually think, and they're gonna throw objectively in front of it and try to make it seem like that is a fact. And that's just not really how it works. They're like, well, objectively, Black Ops 2 is better. And it's like, okay, well, how? And then you can give me reasons, and that's fine, but I just want you to know that's an opinion. That is your opinion. That is not a fact. There is no fact to that. There's not one person in this world that can convince me that Black Ops 2 is for sure 100% without a doubt better than any of the other ones. There's just not, because it's an opinion. But a lot of people who love Black Ops 2 to the degree that they do are very blinded by their own opinion and the nostalgia glasses. It's okay for things to change. I know a lot of people are like, it just doesn't feel like zombies, especially with the newer stuff. And I get it. There's no round-based, and it is different, and it is very different, right? It is just different. I get it. But when you want to compare it to things like Black Ops 4 and Cold War, it's like, yes, they are different, but that's that's okay because that's what they were supposed to be. They were supposed to be different. Now, I'm not saying that makes it better or worse. I'm just saying that they know it was different. They know. You're not telling anyone something they don't already know. Just because it is different doesn't mean it's automatically bad. People will see that, okay, well, this is not like it was back when I was playing Black Ops 2 in high school with my friends after school. And it's like, well, duh. Well, duh, it's not. It's not the same game. It's not the same times, but that doesn't mean it's worse. A lot of people struggle with understanding things change. And I'm not saying it's automatically better. And I'm not saying Black Ops 4 is better, but people will just look at it, see it's different and be like, it's not. It's not what I like. It's not what I like, and I'm gonna make sure everyone knows. I'm really trying to tightrope my way around this, and I am not here to sit here and bash Black Ops 2. Believe me, I love it just as much as everyone else. Well, maybe not everyone else, but my biggest criticism is just with the people who love it so much as to where they want to go in the comments and explain all these things. Because I already know some of you guys you've already stopped this video 100 times. I get that. And you're going to leave big comments. I understand that. But you're not going to make me agree with you. And when you're like, well, here's my reason, I'm going to be like, okay, well, cool. That's your opinion. That's your opinion. But it's just like when it comes to something like Black Ops 2, people just try to make it sound like it's facts. And it's not. I don't want to sit here and waffle and yap and just go on and on and on. I think you guys get what I'm saying. I feel like I got my point across. But those are my biggest gripes with Black Ops 2. Between that and Transit being in the game as the starter thing, which they fumbled, and that's okay, because people still love Transit, and that's fine. I don't, but that's fine. Between that, Black Ops 2 is great. It's amazing. I grew up with it. Super fun. Endless amounts of fun. The maps are amazing. Of course, we all know that. The wonder weapons are amazing. The vibes are there. Everything's there. Black Ops 2 is it's about as good as it can really get. I don't need to keep going into detail about how good it is. You guys know. Everyone knows. I'm not going to say anything that people don't already know, but you know. So yeah, Black Ops 2 is going to sit right here. Black Ops 3 Zombies, number 1. It is the final one of the list because it is the best. It is hands down the best Zombies there has ever been and probably ever will be. Black Ops 3 Zombies was something that was highly anticipated, and it honestly exceeded expectations in my opinion. Coming off of Black Ops 2 and what we had with the ending with Origins and even some of the other maps like Mob of the Dead, coming into Black Ops 3, we weren't really sure what we were gonna get. And when the trailer came out and we got Shadows of Evil, it looked like something we had never seen before. I do remember at the time people being skeptical and a little concerns, like, what's this? This is weird. Okay, this is weird. It looks dope, but this is a little weird. And man, it ended up being amazing. Shadows of Evil is perfect. I know it's not a perfect, end quote, map, but it is my favorite of all time. Shadows of Evil is amazing. And all the DLC maps are so good. Black Ops 3 Zombies was so fun, and it still is to this day. Between Easter eggs, custom zombies, which has really, even now, continued to transcend Black Ops 3 Zombies, and all the new introductions to things like Gobblegums, very unique specialist weapons, new ranking system, being able to get level 1000 in Zombies, which is a nice touch, cool boss fights, great map design, beautiful graphics. It was just amazing. It still is. It is amazing. There's not a lot really to say about Black Ops 3 because we all know how good it is, and we all really appreciate it as far as I know of how good of a game it is. Is there some things I don't like about Black Ops 3 Zombies? Of course there is. There's things about everything in this world I don't like. But I think when it comes to a zombies game, it was as near as perfection as you can really get. Something like this is going to be hard to ever replicate, and I don't think they ever can or ever will. And I'm not saying that as like a downplay or to, be negative Nancy, but I just don't see it. Now, I'm not saying they can't make stuff that is not amazing and fun and just exciting and awesome, because they definitely can. But to reach the levels that Black Ops 3 reached, I feel like that's something that just won't be replicated again. I think that's just one of those once in a lifetime for a mode like Zombies. But who knows, maybe 20 years down the line when Call of Duty World War IV comes out, the zombies in that game might be next level. Whenever we get the Shadows of Evil remaster or the Zetsubou no Shima remake, that would be a pretty crazy time when Zombie Chronicles 3 and 4 come out. But all jokes aside, Black Ops 3, clearly number 1. It's amazing. I don't want to keep waffling. You guys know, I know, we know. Finally done with the list. Let me know down below. Did you guys agree? Did you not agree? What would you change? Where do yours rank? I want to know your hot takes. I want to know your opinions. I want to hear it all, okay? I want to hear what you guys have to say. If you made it this far into the video, you are greatly appreciated. I really, really mean it. This one took me a long time to make. Probably shouldn't have, but it did. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoy it. And I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.